What you guys got another video. YouTube tech channels are at risk, and I'm going to show you why. Now, I received a strike for uploading content about how to circumvent Windows 11 installation using certain methods, and of course that was frowned upon by YouTube and they struck my channel. They've also struck channels like Cyber CPU Tech, and I don't know, there is some other channels that have mentioned that have been struck as well. But I've been talking to Rich and a bunch of other YouTubers about the situation. So what is going on? And I'm going to try and break it down. Now, the big problem is ideas for your next video is right inside the YouTube platform right here. This tool is to give you ideas for your next video. And you can see right here, it's telling you to create content on these topics. And if you did this, I can guarantee you your channel will get a strike. Now, these types of topics are now going to be going against YouTube's community guidelines. You will then receive a strike for harmful and dangerous content. You will appeal and your appeal will be rejected instantly. You will not be speaking to a human being. You'll be speaking to a bot or AI. The bot will be giving you automated responses, and some of these responses might be what you need. Some of the links that it's going to send you to and some of the videos that you can watch are all related to YouTube's terms and conditions and policies and community guidelines. So a lot of the content that was very popular, like all the ones you're seeing on the screen right here, are now off the table. You cannot make content on these particular topics because you will receive a strike. 3 strikes and your channel will be terminated. It seems that they are only going from a certain date going forward, and they're not looking back so far into your past videos. If they do, my channel will be terminated, just like a lot of other tech channels. So hopefully YouTube doesn't decide to start scanning your old catalog, because if they do, a lot of tech channels will be gone. Years of hard work gone in a blink of an eye, all because of change of some policies that in theory are just not dangerous or harmful to anyone, but now they are deeming it harmful and dangerous. And if you look right here on their own platform, it's giving you hooks and outline of the video, it's giving you titles, it's giving you all the information you need to make videos on these topics that are now on the banned list. And yet right here on YouTube's own website, they are telling you to make content on these topics, which will then get your channel a strike. You will then try to appeal it. It will be rejected. You will then go onto the chat bot thing and talk on there. And basically what's going to happen is you're going to be talking to an AI bot and you will get no response from it. And you can see right here, AI generated content. This is what's on that chat bot on YouTube on the top right hand side there. I've shown you this before. It is ridiculous. It really is. So do not use this inspiration thing here, because you're going to end up getting strikes on your channel if you make tech content like I do and like other channels do on YouTube. If you look on here, if you needed any sort of help and you're going for YouTube policies, you can see there's 441 people in line and you'll be behind all of those. Good luck with trying to get any help on that. And when you do finally get through, you're going to be talking to an AI bot. It's ridiculous. It really is. Now, the confusing part in all of this is YouTube is heavily invested in AI now. So you are now using their inspiration tool to get inspiration on content that you can make. And theoretically, you can't make that content. So you're being misled. And what's going to happen is you will get a strike. You will then appeal that strike and it will be rejected. And it's probably being dealt with by AI. And unfortunately, you will then go to a chat window like this and you will be left in a long queue and you'll get to talk to actually a AI bot, and it will give you automated responses with links and information that you can check to try and learn by your mistakes by reading some of their information on their harmful and dangerous community guidelines page. And that's more confusing than ever. Now, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, why don't you just take your punishment and move on. Unfortunately, if I do this, it's going to get worse for a lot of other tech channels, including my own. It's going to restrict the type of content I can make on my channel, which is obviously going to impact my channel. It's also wrong because it's double standards. They're telling you to make content on these topics that you see on the screen here. This is clearly against their community guidelines, and you will get a strike on your channel like I did, like Rich did twice. And this is how bad it's got. Now, you may be saying, what's the big deal? Why don't you just adhere to the community guidelines and policy changes that they've made? Well, that means that installing Windows 11 means coming to this website, downloading the media creation tool here, and installing Windows like this. Every other method and video you've seen online to install Windows 11 and also using workarounds are completely off the table. You will get a strike on your channel. And that means it's going to restrict a hell of a lot of content. Because if they're claiming that some of this stuff comes under the Harmful and Dangerous Act and it's going to give you a community guideline strike, that means a lot of content that you create could be deemed harmful and dangerous. So what comes in that category? Well, scripts, bypass methods, any of that stuff is going to be completely off the table. You will not be able to use any of those methods in videos. Your method will be coming to this page, downloading the media creation tool, creating a bootable USB flash drive and installing Windows and going through the out-of-box experience the way Microsoft intended to do when they released Windows 11. Now, I don't mind playing by the rules, but I need to know what those rules are, and they need to be clear so I can understand them. Because it seems there's one rule for one and one rule for another. If they're going to enforce these rules, they need to enforce them on a lot of other channels that are making way more harmful and dangerous content and getting millions of views for showing it, and it's not fair. Now, someone posted this article on my Discord server and it says YouTube offers employees voluntary buyout as company embraces AI, the next frontier. And this is basically what we're talking about, AI. And it seems that they're going down this AI route, and AI is now controlling what you can do and what you can't do, and it's automating responses to people when they have issues and other things like that. And you don't get to speak to a human being anymore. I've been making content on this channel for years, and I've been told by YouTube partner managers to make content on the topics that now are on the harmful and dangerous list. Now, I used to have a sponsor on the channel, which I've now put on hold, and that's because we don't know whether this is also causing an issue since they've made changes to their community guidelines. Now, I was told by my YouTube partner manager back in the day that these sponsor deals were perfectly fine to do on my channel. And that is what we did in a video conference call. I asked the question, is it okay to do sponsors with these people? And they said yes. Now, these are paid sponsorship deals, and I disclose all of that in my video. And I also do all of the correct criteria in the video description and stuff like that. And now I'm not so sure I can actually promote these people anymore because I'm not 100% sure whether it's going to be flagged or striked on my channel, and I can't take that risk. Now, let's take a quick look at what's going on at YouTube. YouTube is undergoing a staffing shakeup as the company pivots to focus on artificial intelligence, offering its US-based employees voluntary buyout packages with severance. The online video platform, which launched in 2005, is restructuring its production team for the first time since 2015, according to an internal memo from YouTube CEO Neil Mohan. As a parent company, Google CEO Sundar, I can't pronounce that name, has urged staff to embrace AI for increased productivity. Looking to the future, the next frontier for YouTube is AI, which is quite daunting to think, really, said a YouTube spokesperson in a statement published by CNBC. And they went on to say no roles are being eliminated with the restructure. Now, other big tech channels like Tom's Hardware are starting to get hold of the story as well. You can see Rich right there talking about it on his YouTube channel. He's going through the same situation as me, and it could be literally the end of what we do on YouTube. And you might be saying, well, go and get a proper job. But unfortunately, this is a proper job, and the content we provide is enjoyed by millions of people. And it also helps a lot of people too. But it seems to be this is the new norm for YouTube. And it's not a bright future for a lot of people that make content like me on this platform. Because if you can't make certain criteria on here, it's going to affect the way you create content in the future. Because harmful and dangerous could be linked with many different topics inside Windows. It could be creating custom ISO files. It could be how you bypass something. You're not allowed to do that. How you reset a password in a certain way. If you're finding ways to circumvent ways around the official way of resetting the password, you could be coming under the harmful and dangerous policy on community guidelines on YouTube. And this will restrict the amount of content that you can make. And it's going to be pretty much after a few weeks of making content, you're going to run out of content to make because you're going to be heavily restricted on what you can actually show. And I'm not even 100% sure that I'm allowed to even talk about it. But we're going to go ahead and try to get this out in the open so people can learn from it and not make the same mistake as I have. Now, YouTube is about to roll out some of the most significant content policy changes in its history. Now, if you do a gaming channel, it's also going to affect you too with these new policy changes, because these are not minor tweaks. It is a complete overhaul, and that could touch some of the biggest names in gaming, from Grand Theft Auto to playthroughs of Counter-Strike, skin gambling, and plenty of other content creators out there that do this type of stuff. Is not going to be good for your channel, because what they're trying to do is make it much harder to show this type of content to protect the younger generation. So as you can see, this problem is bigger than just our sort of tech community that we're doing, but it's frustrating to think that they are trying to enforce these new policies on us creating content for how-to videos, and it says what people are looking for and your next video in the trends section right here. Get ideas for your next video, and right here it's telling you on how to install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware right here, and that would be straight away in breach of their new guidelines, and you will get a strike. Go figure. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. And here is the double standards from YouTube. They're using AI to flag your videos if you use certain keywords in the title and you're talking about certain topics which are now harmful and dangerous. And yet right here in their trends section on their YouTube platform, you can do a search, and I guarantee you if you did a video on any of these topics right here, you will get a strike. So they're using an AI bot to strike your channel, and they're also using an AI bot to tell you the videos to make that will get you a strike on your channel. It's unbelievable. It really is. It begs belief. But again, like I said before, I will continue to make content as best I can, but I won't be making videos on these topics because it will strike my channel. Now, I'm going to continue to fight this because I do believe I've not done anything wrong. All I've done is followed what a YouTube partner manager told me to do in the past and what to do inside their inspiration and their trending topics, which I was told by a YouTube partner manager to make videos on. And that's all I've been doing. So help me to help other tech YouTubers by getting this video seen so we can get this sorted out and get back to making videos and helping people and showing people how to do things on YouTube. And that is the main reason why I started this YouTube channel. Anyway, with that said, I think that's going to be about it for this video. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Quick shout out to my YouTube members. I appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the next video. Hopefully not a YouTube video. Bye for now.